Oh, here we are.
Good afternoon.
Buddy!
Sorry for the delay.
Hi. How are you?
How y'all doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Good. Thank you for joining.
My pleasure. I wish I was at home in my studio, but I'm down in Maryland visiting my sister.
I know that's what Sonia said. She said he's getting ready to go home. He's in Maryland now. He's getting ready to go to his sister's house and get on the Zoom.
Yeah.
Yep. How y'all doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm blessed. Thank God.
What
part of Maryland?
So what part of Maryland you in right now?
Anne Arundel County, Brooklyn, something like near 678. Yeah, she just moved. She just moved from New York here, so I just came to check on her, my little sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I came down on Thursday night. I'll go home tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we're from Maryland.
We're from Maryland. Yeah, I'm in Maryland now, so that's why I was like, wow, okay.
Oh, cool. Yeah, my father lives in Annapolis. I had breakfast with him this morning at the Amish market.
Yeah.
We had breakfast there this morning. That was just delicious.
Yes, I love the Amish market. Oh my God.
Yeah. What part of Maryland?
We're from Laurel.
Laurel. Okay, that's right up the block from here. I've seen those signs all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But right now, I live in Mount Vernon. I've been here for the past 5 years in New York.
Mount Vernon, New York? Okay.
Yeah.
Money on it. Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we're going to get started. First, thank you for coming out. We're going to introduce what we do. Danny's normally gives us the lovely introduction of what the OOUU Pod is.
Yes.
Okay.
So you are on Overly Obsessed, Unsung and Underground podcast, the OOUU Pod for short. But we created this platform. We are just huge fans of music in general, but specifically R&B. And we created this platform to embrace our unsung artists and also like independent artists. People that are just really doing it on our own and doing it on their own and grinding it out and just trying to get more exposure. So we're definitely that resource too. We just love R&B music though. And we love you, like intro. I mean,
I've watched that show. I watched the last episode I just watched was the Whispers episode.
Oh yeah.
You guys see Whispers? Yeah, I watched. So
yes.
Great.
I do my homework.
Yes. Thank you.
Really good show. That was a great show.
Appreciate that very much. It's really just like a dream come true. Like when I just think about when I personally was first introduced to you guys and your sound. I got it from my sister who grew up in Yonkers and Mount Vernon at the time. And she was just always playing you guys. And I was like, nothing but like, I don't know, 7, 6, I don't know. But just
we wrote a lot of those songs in Mount Vernon. I know we wrote Let Me Be the One. We wrote Come Inside. We did the vocal arrangements for Ribbon in Mount Vernon. Like so many reasons. Like a large piece of our first album was done in Mount Vernon because the producers were from Mount Vernon. Lavelle Hodge was from Mount Vernon. DJ Eddie F was from Mount Vernon, and Dave Hall was from Mount Vernon. So we spent a lot of time there. Yeah.
If you could define the sound, because I feel like it still lives here in a way. Like if you define the sound, what would you call it? Like how do you refer to
it's R&B, but it's a different strain of R&B. It's like hip hop beats with gospel music, but R&B lyrics.
Yeah.
Yes. That's intro.
Yeah.
Yes, and see, my favorite was, of course, Ribbon in the Sky, but I always used to say, I want them to sing that for my wedding. I don't want anything else but that song and the way it is sung. It was amazing. So
thank you. We've done some amazing weddings with that song. 2 years ago, me and Jeff went over to England and we performed Ribbon in the Sky. And it was for an Indian wedding. I don't know, Indian weddings, like they have like thousands of people there and it lasts a couple of days and stuff. And they brought us there to do Ribbon in the Sky and My Love's on the Way. They met at an intro concert. That's what got us there.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That is
tight.
beautiful.
So,
Yeah.
Chital and Jig. Shout out to Chital and Jigs Patel. That's their names. Y'all still touch with them. Yep.
Yeah, that's what's up. Real quick. So where is Jeff?
Jeff is in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, according to Jeff, he went on Facebook. He didn't tell me, but he's gone on Facebook and said that he's left the group again. So this is not the first or second time that he's done it. It's like, you know, we had this conversation before. He's like, yo, when I'm in this space, just let me be. And it's my brother. I love him to death.
Yeah.
But I haven't spoke to Jeff in a little bit right now. I wish him all the best and everything. But it's a lot of work going on behind the scenes. You know, we're filming the documentary. We're finishing up the soundtrack for the documentary, and I just don't have time to like get into the personal stuff of why. And I've never asked why. He's never called me and told me why. He just went on Facebook and said that he's no longer in the group and this and that. And it kind of hurt my feelings that he couldn't come and talk to me. But at the same time, I can't stop working. I can't lose focus. It's not time for that. Too many other serious things going on, but for me to take time, stop and start rubbing a grown man's feet, trying to figure out what's going on. And, he's got God, he's got his God and family and stuff for his personal things. And I'm here if he wants to talk to me, but he hasn't reached out. And, it is what it is. Like I said, I love him like a brother. I wish nothing but the best for him. But at the same time, train got to keep moving.
It sure does.
Yes.
It sure does.
Well, yes, but Ree, go ahead and let's play the game.
Yes. Okay. So we always, of course, start off with a trivia game, of course. That's what we do. And so the first game, well, the only game for this one, is going to be OOUU Trio. So if you could, we're going to give you 1 minute.
Got it.
To name several groups that have a trio in it. So, you ready?
How many groups do I need to name?
As many as you can.
In 1 minute.
Okay.
In 1 minute, because I'm going to let you know your total.
Okay. Let me know when to start.
All righty.
Go.
Tony.
Yes.
SWV. Belle Biv DeVoe. Intro. Current Day. Boys to Men. Past. H-Town. Jade.
Oh my
God. Cut Close.
Oh
yes.
3.
Almost. Come on.
Like
I mean, you did really good. You named stuff we didn't even put. Shoot.
UNB.
Okay.
Portrait. No, Portrait had more than 3.
Yeah.
I'm missing one big one. Guy.
Yes. Okay, that's it.
Time.
A minute. Yeah. That was a quick minute. That was a quick minute.
Okay, so you did get 11. We had 15, so you still did good for that minute.
They're real good.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's get into this thing. So how did you guys get the name Intro?
It's cool. So my mom had an album, and it's called Motown's Greatest Hits. On the back of this album, it said Intro, The Supremes, Intro, Stevie Wonder, Intro, The Temptations, Intro, Smokey Robinson. So I'm like, how did Intro get the opportunity to work with all of these groups? Like, who is Intro? How did they get to work with these groups? So I start, still listening to the album, and then doing my research. I found out that it said Intro and those names just meaning it was the introduction to that song. It was an introduction, and then that artist would come on. So there was no intro. So I was able to become we were able to become my favorite group. I just threw the name out there, Intro, and then Kenny put an acronym on it, Innovative New Talent Reaching Out.
Yes. So, love it.
Yeah. Yes. We took the name off of a Motown album because we thought it was a group, but it wasn't a group.
Oh, okay. I wasn't even expecting that.
We pillaged a lot of stuff. We pillaged a lot of stuff you learn in this interview.
Yeah.
Yes. When did you first get introduced to music?
I got introduced to music, man. My father was a gospel musician. He played the piano in church and the organ in church. So I guess him being at home, playing the piano, playing the organ, he had an extensive album collection of gospel and jazz music, like a lot of orchestra type of music, Tijuana Brass Orchestra, and just listening to music around the house. Cause like I had more pianos and organs in my house than I had toys. So that's how I started playing the piano.
Wow, that's amazing. So did he actually teach you how to play music, or it was self-taught?
You'll see in the documentary where he says he had a problem teaching me. I love to play, but he said as far as teaching me how to play, it was an issue. So I pretty much learned on my own. It was more fun learning on my own than sitting there and somebody teaching me. So he hired a guy to come over to teach me, like a real piano player. He would come over on Saturday mornings and he'd sit there and he'd tell me to, mind you, I was already playing. I had already got hired by the church to play. But my father wanted me to learn how to play, like, you know, read music and stuff. So the guy would come over, he'd be like, play this. And I play it. And then when we take a little break and he'd get up, I start playing songs. He'd come back over and he'd be like, yo, what was that you just played? I was like, oh, that's this. He'd be like, can you show me that right there? And I'm like, wait a minute, my father's paying him to come here to teach me, but now I'm teaching him. So me and my sister got smart. He'd show up on Saturday mornings and my sister would tell him that I went to baseball. And then when my father would come home, he asked me, what did I learn today? What did you learn today? I'm like, and we split the $20. And we did that for about a month until my father found out.
That's what's up.
Ended up telling my father, like, yo, I'll keep coming over, but he's never there. So, yeah, I pretty much picked it up on my own. And to today, I still play by ear. I can understand music, but I can't just sit down and read music and play like that. It's definitely from God. I can't explain it.
Yeah,
that's definitely a talent. Love it.
Yeah. So if you weren't doing music, what would you be doing? Like, what was some of your other aspirations when you were young?
Prior to music, like coming up through high school, I wanted to be a baseball player. Me and all of my friends, our dreams was to be baseball players. And in my senior year of high school, while I was on a baseball team, I was on a varsity baseball team. Some Army recruiters walked out of the school, out of the gym door, and they started yelling at me, "What are you doing after high school?" And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing after high school. It's like, well, you need to come and take this test, to go into the Army. Like at this time, we're waiting for baseball scholarships. We're waiting for baseball contracts, something. But this was like in April of the year. So I go with them, I take the test to join the Army, and I sign up for what they call the delayed entry program. So I was already signed into the Army as a senior in high school, even before the baseball season. So now this baseball season kicks off. I'm kicking butt. My boys is kicking butt, but I already enlisted to go into the Army.
Oh,
so
dang.
I go into the Army, and guess where they went? To Milwaukee Brewers.
Wow.
Seattle Mariners. One of my friends ended up being roommates with King Griffey Jr. and at the same time, I really didn't believe in myself as a baseball player because I thought I was too small to be a baseball player because I had always watched baseball players on television and I thought they were these big guys because the TV made them look big. So I didn't really have faith in myself as a baseball player. And then after I finally started meeting baseball players and seeing that we was the same size and a lot of them were even actually smaller than me, I was like, I could have been a baseball player. But everything happens for a reason. And if I could go back and do what I'm doing today, I do it all over again.
You'll do it all over.
I would still take the same route.
Yeah.
That's what we want to hear. Baseball.
Yeah.
That's definitely it made you into who you are today, and
Yeah, I haven't just been sitting around doing music neither. I've been like, I think like within the group, I'm like pretty much like the dad of the group. I'm the only person in the group with kids, so. It's like the music was there, but I've still had like real jobs. Like, there's a lot of R&B artists that may not have real jobs. And like in crisis like this right now, this is like why you should have a real job. And for my job, I actually retired this year, July 1st, which is ironic. Yeah. which is ironic because the documentary drops on June 4th. So I have like a little period of time there. Yeah.
Yes.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, where is it dropping? Like where
it's going to be distributed. It's Warner Music Group is putting it in their DSPs as far as the soundtrack, but the documentary, that's up to the director and the attorneys. It'll probably be like a TV one, definitely Amazon Prime. If we could get to Netflix, we could get to Netflix. It's a full feature film. Prior to June 4th, is going to be in a lot of film festivals. So from there, it'll go to its home. And shout out to Indaflix Films and Jason Evans. That's the director.
Oh man!
I can't wait to see it.
Well, Buddy,
it's called Music, Lyrics, and Life: The Story of Kenny, Jeff, and Buddy.
Oh
yeah.
And we have some of our good friends in there from the '90s. We got Mr. Cheeks from the Lost Boys.
Oh my God, Mr. Cheeks.
Cool. Yeah, that's my dude. I've actually been on tour with the Lost Boys for the last 3 years. I'm on their new album. Who else is in there? Big Daddy Kane is in the documentary.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's in the documentary. Donnell Jones is in the documentary.
Oh wow.
Coco from SWV is in the documentary.
Yes.
Kango from UTFO. Woody from Drew Hill, one of the original members. My dad, Kenny's mother, Kenny's sister is really a really good. I can't talk too much about it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
we excited.
I can
I'm
only imagine.
It tells our story from the beginning to today, the good and the bad, the ups and the downs.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we're gonna be celebrating with you.
Yes.
As soon as that joint drop, we pop in all the champagne.
Well, you know, we're inviting you for March 20th, which is coming up soon for the like the red carpet screening and stuff. Of course, it's gonna be virtual.
Yes.
You'll have the opportunity to either play it on your platform or just sit in and watch it on your own.
When you guys first released the first album, how did you feel after that? What was the feeling that you felt?
Mm-hmm. Like when it first came out,
mm-hmm.
I was excited to have an album out. You know, we did some work prior to the album coming out. We did the Shinehead song, Father MC song. As our album was coming out, we had just finished working on the Mary J. Blige project. But having our own album and hearing our own songs on the radio, it was just like a totally different feeling. It was a great sense of accomplishment being musicians and being that we had been working our behinds off trying to get to that point. So it was a really good feeling to have that green and orange in the stores. You know, we go in the stores and see yourself there, and then you know the record company behind you and pushing us, and you know they was really supportive. Atlantic Records, they was really supportive of that first album, and we had worked so hard. It kind of drew us closer, and the closer it drew us, and the more money that started coming in, and the more people that started working around us, they kind of was trying to almost separate us because they were seeing their own. Well, what can we get out of it? You know. Right. But it was an amazing feeling, not just for me, but for my family. Of course, I took care of my family. Come Inside, Nasty song on the album, ended up buying my mother a house.
Hey!
Yeah, man. So it was an exciting time for all of us because I had just coming out of the military. Of course, it was a whole different change in my status as far as financial status, coming from an Army check to going to an R&B checks. So it was a good time, and I think I was at an adult age where I didn't go out and buy the fanciest car and buy a lot of jewelry and stuff. Like my number one goal getting into the game was like to take care of my mother. I felt like if my goal was to be able to move her out of East New York, Brooklyn, and buy her a house. And as soon as I got that opportunity, and I asked, I said, "Mom, I'm going to buy you a house. Where you want to go?" I didn't do the surprise, this is your house type of thing. Because my mom was real picky. She said, I want the house that's next door to my mother. And it was available. And thank God I was able to do that. And once I did that, I felt like I had accomplished everything that I set out to do. Everything on top of that was just fun and, started a family and stuff. Right. I felt like my mission was complete.
That's beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful.
It was cool. It's what's supposed to be done, though.
It is
what's supposed to be done. You know, you get blessed by blessing people.
Yep.
That's true.
That's what we working towards.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
We're gonna get there. Yeah. But so we're aware that your role in the group was mainly being the producer, yes?
Correct.
So did you or have you done work for other artists that we should know about?
Mm-hmm. Well, I did I put together a package for Terrell Hicks. She's a girl from the Bronx Tale.
Yes.
Yeah, I put together her package. We got her a deal over at Sony through Tommy Mottola. Mm-hmm. And then once that happened, the group kind of fell back. So I kind of went back from R&B music into gospel album, and I got a call from John Legend to do his mother's gospel album. Okay. So he flew her up to my house, and she stayed there for about 2 weeks, and I produced her gospel album. And
around what time was that? When was that?
This was about 6 years ago.
Okay.
With that album, this was about 6 years ago, and right after that, the people started calling me and Jeff to come back on the road. So we went back out on the road with H-Town, Horace Brown, Cut Close, Cheeks, and Adina Howard. So we just started back running around with them. It really wasn't the same with Kenny not there, but we did the best that we could do, and people understood that. We added new members to the group, but it really didn't work out because they wasn't really. It was hurting us more to have new people trying to fill the chemistry of the group, trying to make it look like 3 people on stage. Then it was like, everybody knows that Kenny's gone. Let's just give it our best, and let's not try to draw another. Let's not try to recreate intro because it's never going to happen. Right. And once we stopped trying to add a new member to the group and try to paint the new intro, then we started getting more calls and more calls. And I've been building up my catalog as far as a producer because there hasn't been a vehicle that I feel has been suitable. Now streaming is kind of happening. I started putting out more songs out, so with the Lost Boys and a couple younger R&B groups and R&B artists. Mm-hmm. But there was no vehicle. It's just like people just streaming music for free. Right. It was no control over streaming, so I didn't want to just throw my music out there. When you think about it, no one has ever paid for a song. They've always paid for that vehicle. They've paid for the 8-track tape. Then they bought a cassette. Then they buy the CD.
CDs, yeah.
So they've never actually bought that song. They bought what the song was attached to. So I was always waiting for something to attach my music to. And now with streaming, it's a dynamite opportunity, a lot more control over it. Even though I'm not going to be streaming the intro documentary soundtrack independently because I feel like it's bigger than me. Like I always felt like intro's bigger than me. Intro's bigger than Jeff, intro's bigger than Buddy. And I don't want to take that responsibility of putting intro music out there and then not be on that same professional level. So Warner Music Group, they did a whole new deal with me and they behind it 100%. And I'm so super excited.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm excited.
Why do you, why do you feel like Warner Music, really, really supports this project? Like, what's their connection to you guys?
What's the numbers? It's making $15 million for them. They look at the numbers. They don't, hey, Buddy, you're a nice guy. They don't care if I'm a nice guy. Oh, Buddy, you have a beautiful voice. They don't care if I got a beautiful voice. They go into their meetings and they put the project. Okay, who do we got up for June for Black Music Month? Okay, I have intro. Okay, what have I done? What's their sales looking like? Do this and this and that. Not like they're not gonna say, oh, I have intro. Oh my God, they sound so good. One of the guys in the group can sing like this. They're gonna be like, oh, they. So the fact that 90s R&B music right now is the #1 streaming music.
Yeah.
Over hip hop, over country, over rock and roll. If you go into the playlist and put 90s R&B music, that's the #1 streaming and the #1 music that's bringing in revenue right now. That's why they're bringing us back and re-releasing. It's a digital release of songs from the first album, songs from the second album, and I had the opportunity to add 2 or 3 new songs. If I chose to lead a song on an album, which no one has ever heard me do, I can do it if I want to, but I most likely won't because I want people to remember intro in the form that it was. I don't want people to say, well, nobody's going to say it because I got some hot songs. I got songs with Horace Brown. I got songs with Cheeks. I got songs myself. But I want to maintain, I want to hold together that how people remembered us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want to like recreate it and people get lost. And because when we go out to do shows, we do the classics, Love Thing, Let Me Be the One, Come Inside, Women in the Sky, and then I'll throw in some new song that I just did maybe 2 years ago, and then I can watch the reaction of the crowd. And this is how it goes.
Oh no!
I'll be right back. Because they don't know the song. It just takes the energy down. You know, it's not that they don't like the song. It's like they don't know the song. They're not familiar. They can't sing it. They can't get into it. So it's going to be hard playing catch up to that first album, that second album with new music. So the soundtrack is going to be a combination of remixes from both of those songs. A lot of the remixes you've never even heard because we have them in the vault. But it's still going to be the beautiful voice of one of the most prolific singers that I've heard in my lifetime, my brother Kenny Greene.
Yes. And rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
Yes. I'm still listening to 90s music like it just came out. So I understand what they mean. I'm still listening to it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about today's music that's out?
I like it because I understand it. And I hear a lot of people say, oh, that's not music. That's not R&B music. They should change the name of it and call it something else. But I understand the process of making music now is so much easier than it was with us. When we went into the studio, we would have to pay like $200-$300 for these 4-inch tapes. So we knew when we went into a recording session, we were there to record. We weren't there to write the song, figure it out, or nothing. When we went to the studio, we were there to record the song because we already practiced the song way before we came to the studio. Nowadays, it's on the computer. You could do everything. It's quick and it's not as expensive as it was before. So people don't spend as much time creating the music. They don't spend as much time on the background vocals and the harmonies and structure and melodies and chords with their vocals. Vocal production, pretty much, right? So I just mentioned this, I think it was last night I was talking to a brother, Malik. It's like comparing microwave food to food that you put in the oven. It just tastes different.
Right.
You know, it cooks a little bit longer. So that's the difference between 90s R&B and the R&B that's out today. But I think Bryson Tiller did a great thing by calling it trap soul because that's pretty much more what it is, you know.
Yeah.
Than as a rhythm and blues to trap soul. But that's back to the industry. You know, they're gonna label us and they're gonna put us into these boxes. You know, they're gonna package us to go just in this area, that area, because if they don't, we're going to take over music everywhere. We're going to take over music over the world. So they have to keep a hold on what they title us. That's why with R&B music, you always hear an R&B, old school R&B, old school hip hop. You never hear old school rock and roll, old school country. You know, we don't people that get labeled with that old school tag. So
that's so true.
We gotta and I've reached back like to the young cats that come into the studio. I'm like, I show them all the tricks. You got structure harmonies. Get that right. If it don't sound right, don't go on to the next one until that's right. And I like a lot of artists out today. I have some of my favorite artists that are out today.
Yes. Well, for OOUU Pod listeners, we definitely, we're always suggesting new music, underground music. So who's on your playlist? Who are you listening to?
I listen to Nicole Bus. I listen to Bryson Tiller. Is this Nicole somebody? She's out of England. She sounds like Layla.
Does she have like a little bush or no?
She has a song called Same Place, Same Space.
Same Space.
Oh God. You know who it is?
I'm gonna click over to my iTunes in 1 second while we're talking.
My God!
The conversation is gonna continue. Watch.
It's not Tiana. No, I'm saying Tiana.
Guys, say it again. Say the name again.
It's Tiana. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. It's like Tiana.
Her name is
Major.
Tiana Major 9.
Yeah, Tiana Major 9.
Tiana Major 9.
Yep, and we know it because that's what we listen to too.
Yes, I just couldn't grasp the name.
Tiana Major 9. SZA, Let me see who else is on my list. I'm just looking at my list real quick, and I'm gonna pop back over.
Yeah, that's fine.
Her, of course.
Yeah.
Her can't even be considered like a new artist. She's just like an old soul.
Yeah.
Myla J.
Oh yes, you got everybody down. Listen to.
Myla J. Let me see. And I'll be back over in 1 second.
Yeah.
I just ran across the Brand New Heavies, and I always compare them to Intro because Brand New Heavies is like one of my favorite groups, but I cannot tell you any of the members in the group. Let me see.
Well, you know what? I've never heard of that group.
Brand New Heavies?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where I need to look it up.
Yeah, check out the Brand New Heavies. They're cool.
Okay.
Robert Glasper with Layla, of course, Layla Hathaway.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah. That's kind of yeah. Let me get back over here to y'all.
Okay.
So also, what advice? I know you gave a little advice about what you tell the new kids to do in the studio, but what other advice would you give to new generation out here trying to get started?
Focus on creating your own sound, number one. Number two, focus on building your fan base organically. Do not pay anybody for money that say they can get you more views on YouTube and all of that stuff, and SoundCloud and Spotify, because the people that run those companies, they're very smart and they know where that's coming from. And if it's not authentic, you're not going to get on their real playlist. Don't focus on going platinum and gold. Focus on getting one fan at a time. If you only get one new fan, one new listener a day, build your fan base organically, because they're going to end up telling somebody, then they're going to end up telling somebody. And that's pretty much my advice that I could give to new artists. Just focus on building your fan base organically, one person at a time. And don't base your success off of anybody else's success. So what, he went gold in 2 weeks. He got a machine behind him. He might have a corporation with millions of dollars promoting him. It doesn't mean that his music is better than yours. Just put it out there. Don't settle on songs. If you don't like it, somebody else might like it. Put it out there. Buy your ISRC codes, International Standard Recording Codes. Buy those things. You can get 100,000 of them for $99 and code your music with that. So no matter where it goes and no matter what type of deals you get, you own the song. And if they want the song, they'll have to license it from you, no matter where it plays. Like, there's no more album covers because everything is streaming. So when you enter your information into that ISRC code, it actually attaches to the song. That's why when you're in a car sometime and you're playing a song, if it's attached to an ISRC code, the name of the artist will come up and what that song is. That's because they actually own that song.
Yeah.
So ownership. That's how Tyler Perry is doing it. He owns everything that he does. And, it didn't happen overnight.
Yes.
Right. Beautiful. Thank you. I hope y'all hear that.
Yes.
Hit me up on my social media, Buddy Wike, Buddy Wike Music, buddywike.com. Any young cats, old cats, and I always say young cats, this and that, but don't even put an age on it. Like old school, new school. If you're 50 years old and feel like you got a song that you want to put out, put it out. That's I'm over 50. Jay-Z, I think, is over 50. All the artists that, I'm saying, it doesn't matter what your age is. It matters how good the song is, the quality of the song. And if somebody wants to hear your song again, it only takes a person to hear a song 10 times for them to consider it a hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
10 times. If you can get the same person to hear your song 10 times, then you have a hit record. Focus on small things and let them go big.
The small wins. Yes.
All the time.
The only other thing is, like, besides the documentary, like, are there any other projects coming up that we should know about, our OOUU Pod listeners should know about?
Right now it's all documentary. Music Life, June 4th. Yeah, that's the immediate project.
Exciting.
There's some other things going on behind the scenes, and I'll drop one. I got Soul Flavor with a whole team of people. It's a cooking show. But it's really an amazing team of people behind it, from the director to the casting agents to the other directors and stuff, and they're pushing me, but there's not too much that I'm doing right now because they know I'm really all about getting this documentary done. As soon as the documentary done, that's what's up next. Soul Flavor. We're going to be traveling the country in a Sprinter, going to all of the Black-owned restaurants and tasting their favorite foods, and also interviewing the local artists there that will come out and join us, and we'll be promoting them and the restaurants at the same time.
Oh, and when you say local artists, do you mean like music artists or like any creative?
Music artists, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be creative. I'll share with you all. I'll share with you all through Sonia France and stuff.
Please,
the synopsis and all the paperwork, and I'll also get the sizzle reel to you all and the invitation to the documentary on the screening on the 20th.
Yay! Thank you so much, Buddy.
Thank you.
So, Danny, do you want to ask them the last question?
Yes, the best question of the day. Who you rocking with?
Who I'm rocking with?
Yes.
I'm rocking with y'all.
Yes.
The OOUU Pod.
The OOUU, yes. Thank you so much.
Buddy Wike from the R&B group intro, and I'm rocking with OOUU Pod.
Yes, thank you.
I'm gonna do that drop again. Cool. I'm gonna do that.
Yes.
I'll do it so y'all can use it as y'all want to. I don't know,
Yeah, that was perfect.
Here comes the dogs. We'll let the dogs out. It's like a zoo at my sister's house. She loved dogs. There's only 2 of them, but it's like.
Well, let sis know I love dogs too. I actually might be coming back to move to Maryland. So if she has any babies, I might be interested in getting
they're 2 male dogs, even though I did see one acting suspect. Private on top for the other one. Yeah. So here we go. Let me be the one you can run into whenever you need it. Yo, what's up? This Buddy Wike from the R&B group intro, and I'm rocking with OOUU Pod. Peace.
Woo! Love it. Thank you.
More than welcome. Because I know it bumps up, but I know I had just did the drop for the Let Me Be the One. But I was going to tell y'all, because I got to go real quick. My brother's here now.
No worries. We finished.
Jervis. Okay, Let Me Be the One was originally written for Mary J. Blige.
Right.
But Puffy said that she only had room for 3 more records. That's how she got My Love, Reminisce, and Love Without a Limit. But guess where Let Me Be the One came from? Did you ever think about it? Have you ever heard it before?
Yeah, well, of course. Hold on. Let me be the one.
I mean, but have you ever heard that song before you heard it from intro?
No.
If you think about it, have you ever heard the lyrics to that song before, prior to hearing it from intro? Think about it. No, y'all had a trivia for me, so
I'm trying to figure out. Hold on, wait.
Let me be the one you come running to.
Oh, Escape.
5.
No.
3, 2,
Wait,
1. Let me be the one you come running to.
Oh my.
Let me be the one you come running to.
It's like, oh my God, I don't know.
Al Green. Let me be the one. Al Green.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Look,
it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
My brother Jervis.
Hey, bro.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
We're about to hang out and turn up.
Yes. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, and
Clint, please let me know when this airs.
Yes, Clint. Where can we find you on IG again? Because I was looking at
Buddy Wike Music. BUDDY WIKE Music.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Bye, guys.
If y'all in the Maryland area, stop by. I'm just joking.
For sure.
It's been fun. All right, y'all.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
All right, now.